Death Battle is finally back. And starting off the second half of Season 9 is James Bond versus John Wick. And this episode I actually got to watch with some friends. Check out my reaction to see it. We just spend most of the time afterwards talking about random shit, but I'm telling you, this was so much fun to do. I had a blast watching this episode with my buddies and just talking about it and other things. It just felt really special, you know? I really hope we get to do this for upcoming episodes, because it was extremely fun. But now the episode itself. I've already said my thoughts on the matchup, so let's just get into the episode itself. It's just so surreal to see characters like James and John to be on Death Battle. And that's just because we don't get characters like these all the time. They were definitely deserving to be on the show. And it's also great to see more movie and novel characters be used. So, yeah, I was excited to see how they covered these two. And I personally think the analyses are great. James does kind of drag for a bit, I will admit, but John's is really good. The pin gag was fine, and also for some reason me and my friends love the 1 cent to kill the boogeyman line. It's just a cool line, don't judge us. The animation itself is also really good. I'm in the minority where I actually liked the preview. Sure, the models look really weird, but I think that the dialogue, banter, and writing carry this preview. Speaking of which, the voice acting is incredible. Stephen Kelly portrays James Bond perfectly as the British, confident persona he is. And Wardle also does incredible as John Wick. He definitely feels like the shattered, tough-as-nails assassin he is. So, yeah, both actors here are fantastic in my opinion. The animation starts with James sent to capture John with him talking to Q. Like I said with Omnilander and some other episodes, I love how it feels like an actual crossover. It's nice to see other characters interact with combatants and iconic locations from their series be utilized. There's another cool reference to the Bond movies, and I love how James just tries to be friendly by offering John a drink. That just seems like a Bond thing to do. After some more dialogue, we get some action as the two fight before coming to a standstill as they have a conversation on why James is looking for John, which I really like as it adds more plot to the fight. We then get the based cigarette rocket as we get some more action, which was fun. I ain't got much to say about the action itself except for the fact that it can get a little janky at points, but it's fine. John uses James's pen, which is kinda like him using a pencil, so that's cool. And I also love the gag after where it explodes to the floor and they fall into the next room. And of course, I love that we get to see Bond's car. Kinda wish they used it for a vehicle chase, but it's nice to see anyway. The car pulls out its miniguns as John shoots the control thingy, causing it to spin out of control. John runs towards James, dodging the bullets while on the way, which is a really cool scene, and they devolve into a fun knife fight. John then stabs Bond, and we get a really another cool sequence as the two go for their weapons. We then get the reference to the shooting into the camera thingy, which I really wanted to see. Kind of wished it was used for the killing blow, but I'm just being picky at this point. We then get a really cool bit where the music is silenced as we see John's pain. But being the badass he is, he just powers through all the bullets and corners Bond. Bond then uses his strategy to plan out his move and is able to get the kill on John through his tactical eye and planning. I also like how John just accepts his death and doesn't put up a massive fight. I don't know, I just feel like that's something he would do. Though, personally, I would retaliate if I lost to a British person. The animation closes with James talking to Q again, which was, again, really cool to see. And, yeah, that's James Bond versus John Wick. There are a lot of problems, like the weird facial expressions, the jank, and some other stuff, but there's also a lot I love about this episode. I love them mentioning the name of every Bond movie, the picture on John's phone and James hunting John down make this feel like a scene from a Bond and a Wick movie at the same time. The choreography is spectacular at points. The second half is really intense and fun. And yeah, I just like a lot from this episode. And like I said in the beginning, I'm so glad I got to watch this with other people. It's such a different experience I won't forget for a while. I just had a lot of fun with this episode. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. The track is also really good. Secret Service goes way harder than it needs to. It does have that final breath problem where it feels like a bit too much Bond representation, but it's no biggie. John really doesn't have an iconic theme or anything as far as I'm aware. Oh, and we also can't forget the next time. Black Adam vs. Apocalypse is an episode I am so hyped for. I'm so glad Biff Lee got what he was wanting from this season. And as I can tell from his tweet, he's very excited. I am so excited to get my reactions to this episode as well as my friends, as we are all equally hyped for this. Anyways, that's about all I got. I'm so glad Death Battle is back. I cannot wait to see what else we have in store. But, anyways, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, or whatever else YouTubers say. Check out my reactionees, their channels and social medias will be linked in the description. And, yeah. See you next time. Oh, and also Boomstick said Fortnite in Wick's analysis. That means Wick should have won through Fortnite scaling. How could you mess up this bad, Death Battle?
Knocked off of a 10-story building, all within a fortnight. Oh, and